Okay, so there's that setting in there. Set screw in the end. I had to drill clean into the other side of the metal there so the tap would have enough room to cut a complete thread. Now I'm going to show you a horror show on this side. I tried hand painting the letters. It cost me $10 for a tiny little can of paint, this guy, and $5 for 3 little bitty brushes. And you won't get to see a close-up of that because I can't draw a bath. I'm not artistic at all, but there you go. Now this guy here, he shouldn't go any deeper than that, if that deep. I'm going to set this guy up where you can see the end of it. Let's see here. Here's a tap socket. Of course, it won't stay on there because I don't have a little ball thing in there. But that'll start out at a reasonable height, I think, and then come down pushing the tap. At least we hope it will. Like I said, it's going to be for mostly 1/4 inch down. Those are the ones I think you need the most help with. And if you need bigger ones, I guess you could make a little standoff for one there like they do on Bridgeport Mills and lift that thing up a few more inches. Anything's possible. Alright, I've got that flat level with the world, and I've got it marked off there with a little cross mark where the spring detent thing will go. But of course it hasn't arrived yet, and all I've got to go on for the size is what they published, online. And I'm not going to depend on that. I'm going to wait till I see the real thing. I already messed up on a dimension on the base, So I've got 2 different sizes coming. One of them will be just right. Talk about rednecks and their problems. That camera wasn't upstairs at all. Can you imagine? I took that little piece of 1/4 inch and cut it off to what could be a reasonable length. We're still waiting for the pieces to arrive. All right, here we've got the machine set up. We've got a number 8, a 1024, and a 1/4-20. I think this is an 832. And I've got holes drilled for it. And we will go inside, download all the video and try to compile it, and wait for the last little piece to arrive to finish what I've been calling the crankshaft. Oh, and all these guys have the smaller drive, 1/4 inch I guess it is, that means I have to use that adapter for all of them. I guess I could have made my my shaft the right length, but I think I did right. Well, here we are moving into sundown, and the missing parts have arrived. This is the larger one, which is the one I think I should use. Let me get him popped out of the plastic. That's some tough plastic. Alright. Well, there. Finally got him out of there. You can see he's a little ball in a circle with a spring. And this is the other size. I think this is too small for this particular job. But I got 4 of each. And with shipping and all, that made them come to $4 a piece. So, somewhere around that. The shipping cost about as much as the parts. About the same. Alright, well, let's drill our hole. Well, I guess we need to find out how big a hole. Make sure we know. That's 236 thousandths, which is 6 millimeters, just like they said it was. Alright, let me see what I've got in that size range. Alright, let's start the hole. We'll find out how close we get. There we go, 250 thousandths. Didn't look deep enough. I went ahead and drilled it to 300 thousandths deep, even though I measured this thing to be at about 235. And hopefully I've got the diameter close enough that it'll just squeeze in there. Yeah, it'll squeeze in there alright. It just fell in. Now what did I do wrong this time? Y'all hang loose while I try to figure this out. Alright, after careful examination I discovered that it only fell in halfway. The rest of the way it got almost in, it was just too tight. I'm about a thousandth too small on that hole, so I'm going to have to dig around here. I've got a 6mm end mill, and I'll dig down into there with that end mill and see if we can't get that last thousandth that we need. Alright, so the problem wasn't that the hole was too tight. The hole was plenty loose. It's just that it wasn't deep enough. I thought I'd gone 300 thousandths, but then if you look at the tip of the drill bit, it's cone shaped, you know, on an angle there. So using an end mill, this is my 6mm end mill, I flattened out the bottom, and then this flange around the top needed to go down in there, so I got an even larger drill bit that was approximately the same size as the flange, and drilled a little bit down to relieve it, and now everything's fit and uptight and out of sight. So I guess we're about ready to try it out. Alright, let's tap some holes. This is the smallest one. This is the number 8. Turn this guy around. Coming down, it looks like it's not staying in a straight line. I don't know what part of it's causing that. I think it's the socket on that adapter is wobbling. Tap juice. That guy has gone clean through. All right. So I guess it's finished. What's making a little bit of movement there, I'll have to figure out whether it's a misalignment someplace. I don't know. I'll have to set up an indicator, check it out. Well, they all appear to have screwed in straight with the head flat with the surface. So I guess it taps the holes good. This one didn't go down with the head flat with the surface because it ran out of threads in on the bolt there. But other than that, it looks straight and clean. I think it's a usable tool. I'm going to call this a success, even though I've got to get a little bit longer handle. Alright, the reason it looked like it was moving side to side is that ball is a little bit, I guess, larger than it needs to be, and it pushes my socket over to one side. And being pushed over to one side, it kind of comes around in an odd orbit. Not sure what to do about that. I guess I got too large a ball. Well, it seems like Bubba's buddy Cooter bought himself a lottery ticket, and a lottery ticket won him $10 million, and so he went down to see the clerk down there at the lottery place, and he says, "Hey," he says, "I'm Cooter. I got this here ticket." And he says, "I've come to get my money." The clerk says, "Well, that's great." He says, "Just sign this papers right here," and he says, "In 30 days you'll get your first payment." Cooter says, "What do you mean first payment?" The clerk says, "Well," he says, "we'll pay you every month for the next 20 years till you got all your money." Cooter says, "No," he says, "I don't want all my money right now. I'm a winner and I want my money." The clerk says, "Well, that ain't the way it works." He says, "We give it to you a little bit at a time over the next 20 years. Cooter says, "Well, if that's the way you feel about it," he says, "here, just take your ticket and give me back my dollar." Well, that's all, folks. Y'all try to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Leave a comment if you got something to say. And above all, remember, keep on keeping on. Bye now.